Which culture are you talking about?
Some nations around the world that absolutely believe that, and some of those people come to the UK.
Do you think those things are happening in Britain at the moment?
We know some of those things are happening.
Which culture are you talking about, Kevin?
There are a number of cultures, some different people.
Name one.
No, you're trying to make this about. You're trying to move this on from where it is. There are some cultures. This isn't about race. This is not about religion. This is not about a community. It's some attitudes with some people who come from different parts of the world.
Kevin, what's been your highlight of conference?
I think the upbeat atmosphere, really. Obviously, we suffered a very big defeat in July, and I think a lot of people expected it would be fairly downbeat. But I think everything in life is relative, and I think with the fact that Labour are going through some troubles of their own now, and I think we can see now we've got a way back that we can win in 2029. So I think that's a view widely held in the conference. I think.
Is that short-sighted or maybe a bit too optimistic, given the extent of the defeat in Conservatives? It was the worst. It was the worst result the Conservatives have ever had.
If you look at the data behind that, a couple of things I'd say. Labour was never popular on the doorstep. I'm actually a member of Parliament for Thirsk and Malton, and I'm a shadow business secretary, Kevin Hollinrake. And so on the doorstep, Labour were never popular. Keir Starmer was never popular. That wasn't the reason we lost. The reason we lost was that we made our mistakes, and I think understandably people punished us for that. So we didn't get our vote out, and some of our vote disappeared to other parties. But to win, no government in living history has won a majority with 34.7% of the vote. That's never happened before. So they're reading a big electoral mandate or a big majority as a false reading. And obviously their popularity is dropping like a stone right now. So I don't think it's a pipe dream at all to expect us to get back in 2029. Nor is it a given. And we need to work very hard and get our act together and get a good leader and be united behind that leader. And so I think it's a realistic ambition.
Who are you backing in the leadership contest?
Kemi Badenoch.
I think a lot of people would look at some of the statements that Kemi has made or the conference about getting rid of maternity pay, about abolishing the minimum wage, about invalid cultures, and be kind of put off by that. Do you think she's best placed to appeal to the public?
Well, she wouldn't be if that's what she'd said, and she said none of those things.
She said those things?
She really didn't. You want to look at what she said. What she talked about maternity was the regulations around it, not the money itself. She said the amount people get is neither here nor there, is what she actually said. And in National Living Wage, she talked about some businesses that were struggling to pay the National Living Wage. That's what she was saying. She's not retrenching where we are today. What she's talking about is where our direction of travel for the future. So do be careful to listen very carefully to what people say.
What about invalid cultures?
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, do you think it's a valid culture where somebody believes a woman's inferior to a man? Do you think it's a valid culture where somebody can marry a child? Do you think it's a valid culture? Do you think where somebody it's okay to female?
Which culture are you talking about?
You think it's okay? Female genital mutilation is okay. You know exactly what culture some of the.
Which culture are you talking about?
Some nations around the world that absolutely believe that, and some of those people come to the UK.
Do you think those things are happening in Britain at the moment?
We know some of those things are happening.
Which culture are you talking about, Kevin?
There are a number of cultures, some different people.
Name one.
No, you're trying to make this about. You're trying to move this on from where it is. There are some cultures. This isn't about race. This is not about religion. This is not about a community. It's some attitudes with some people who come from different parts of the world. That is a problem. Kemi's raised it. She's brave. She's bold. She's willing to say what people like you don't want her to say.
What don't I want her to say?
I really don't know, but if you think honestly it's okay to a culture that believes women are inferior to men, I don't think it's okay.
I'd like you to say what culture you're thinking. Are you talking about Islam?
I'm talking about people who come to this country with a different culture, a culture that is not compatible with our values. That's what I'm talking. This is not about a race, not about a religion. That's not what it is about. It's about a culture, and that's what's important.
Do you not see how that's damaging to the Conservative Party? Hearing an elected member of Parliament talking about things like that?
No, I really don't. I think people are really refreshed by the fact that some people are willing to stand up for what we would regard as good British values. Equality in terms of gender equality, in terms of sexuality equality. Those kind of things are important things in our nation and should be stood up for.
Thanks
very much.